All right, we made it. We made it to the end of this very long day of Magic, but we have our Jeskai con match, week 3. And much like the first week, where our con walked away to let the top two contenders battle, same has been done this week. So we got two new players here vying for the conship. We got Daniel G, the Frisky Hobbit, and Emmett F on the other side there, Sepulcher. What's Emmett working with there?
We're in the nightmare scenario here. We've
Uh,
got a white and a black. We don't have the red to make Mardu. We have no playable spells. We have a debilitating injury, but I don't think that even takes down the morph right now.
No, and Daniel got a bit of good fortune drawing lands other than islands. He just had the two islands to start, but ugh, the secret plans, that beautiful secret plans. He did have a Rattleclaw Mystic in hand, so that would have got him the green mana on turn 4.
I think we're almost at a scoop here. I mean, we we got to cast the debilitating injury at least, but there's an Abzan Ascendancy in hand, but that's not any good.
No, so
I don't need
here Rattleclaw Mystic
even a
here.
mountain.
So he's going to flip up the Rattleclaw Mystic, draw a card, and then he's going to flip up the Mystic of the Hidden Way and draw a card. Ooh, this is just this is good magic. Secret Plans holds a special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite build around uncommons of all time. Like, all right, well, here's a morph, but looks like that morph is going to be outclassed here.
Yeah, I don't think it's on time here.
I wonder if you just put both counters
Still,
on the. Okay, I mean, making it a 2-1 versus a 3-2, not that big a deal, but the bear punch here is just a brutal follow up.
yeah.
That's 9 damage, and yeah, not too much to do here. I don't even think there's any card for the amount of mana that he has. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier
Yeah, that
today in the
was
feature matches, I think keeping two landers is just a death knell if you don't hit the third in this format.
yeah.
We're used to 2024 or 2023 limited magic where every two drop is amazing and you can get a bunch of them, and if you don't hit your third, you're like still in the game until you do. But not so much in Konzatar gear.
Especially because very few players are on two color decks, so you're guaranteed not to have all your color requirements. So you need to draw specific lands.
Yeah, we got a five
It's
color
just
deck here from Daniel, which just brought him to the record of 9-1. So uh, whatever he's doing, it's working. It's base Sultai, but he's got some spice from other colors there.
Emmett's just in the Mardu colors, although he just shipped it right back. Very little time spent sideboarding.
He's at 2 losses, so I mean, like 2 losses versus Daniel at 1 loss. I'm not sure how much of a sideboard you're going to have here, especially when you're already like your mana base is already stretched and you're playing like all the cards that you want to play. Though he is thinking about taking out a dutiful return here. I'm not sure what made him think that that wasn't going to be something he wants, but yeah. Maybe he just hasn't been impressed with the card and he doesn't like it that much. But he's looks like he's taking it out and trying to find something else to throw in there. All right, he put in a crippling chill. I mean, he has access to two of them in his sideboard. Just put in one. Not sure what he saw that made him want to do that, but look, he's 9-1, so I ain't gonna question it.
That's been a strong card as well.
Yeah,
Crippling Chill, I think, we've done a lot.
basically any cheap instant that can neutralize, particularly like a morph that your opponent has dumped 8 mana into, is just
Yeah,
So whether it's kill shot, crippling chill, force away, any of these like cheap 2 and 3 mana cards that just say, well, you spent 8 mana and I'm just gonna, you know, even temporarily answer it, it's still just like crazy, like opponent spends 8 mana, you spend 3 and get your card back, and it's tapped down for 2 turns, pretty good.
yeah. So we've got a couple of removal spells. We've got the debilitating injury. We've got a suspension field. We've also got a dragon grip, which is a
Yeah, it's a aura.
combat triple. Yeah. combat
Yeah,
trick aura.
if you have ferocious, you can cast it with flash. Otherwise, you have to get a main phase it. It wasn't a
Yeah,
high.
there was some thought there to just casting it.
I mean, pretty good with the Death
But,
Toucher. So Daniel's looking at a few options here for this turn. Well, really, actually, just two. He can play as Mystic of the Hidden Way as a morph, or he can play Weave Fate and draw two. And look like he's going for the draw two option. He also does have the option of Murderous Cut, but if Emmett plays something scary, so
we've got no creatures in hand here.
all right, we
I'm
got.
not sure why you'd make that trade.
So Sultai Soothsayer is going to come down. Just such a nice card here. 2/5 is just feels massive. Daniel could pretty happily just take a Mystic of the Hidden Way, and next turn he could play two Mystics face down if he wants. He also has Murderous Cut, Sultai Scavenger for the Delve, and he's now filled his graveyard. And he has a Mind Swipe, which is the counter spell.
Yeah, we also drew a scavenger there.
Yeah,
I assume it's going
I
to
guess
die.
that's. I guess he paid the full retail there. Interesting attacking here, I guess. Yeah. Let's see if he's just gonna play two face down mystics here and just get a real scary clock potentially. Yeah,
You know, debilitating injury here.
yeah. Well, that works on either side of the mystic. So
We've also picked up a Sage Eye Harrier.
okay, that can uh, that can at least block something. Not the mystic, but yeah, the Sage Eye Harrier. That's always a card that like I look at and I'm like, man, this card's not good. And then every time it's in play, I'm like, man, this card's annoying.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
annoying.
it's more annoying than good, but it's not bad. I do like that you sometimes get to eat like a 2/1 or a 3/1 that your opponent attacks with
Yeah,
because it doesn't respect it doesn't play into the 5 mana morph, so it's like it's something that could eat a 2/1 or a 3/1. That and Sidisi's pet. I've always liked those because they can just sort of they can get your opponent because like they attack with their 2/1, they're thinking they need 5 mana, like that's a normal thing, but no. All right, so it looks like he's gonna be playing Sultai Scavenger here. Uh, Delving all five.
yeah. I was surprised that we paid the full retail price for our scavenger on this side.
I mean, if you have other stuff to do, then if that's the only thing you're gonna do, then like might as well save your graveyard. So
Well, we had a number of things like a kill shot up or a suspension field.
all right, so we got a mind swipe and a murderous cut up here. So might be nice to get a 2-for-1 here with the murderous cut. He's gonna block the morph, see what comes of it.
Playing the aura into open mana is also a
It's
classically dangerous.
he's just letting the morph die. Like that was why attack with the morph if you can't flip it up? Huh. Does Emmett have like a Doom Blast on top that we don't know about?
I'm not
No,
sure.
it's just a weird. It's just like they have a 3/3.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
attack your
sure.
2/2 into it, and you don't have mana to flip it up. So maybe he's planning something, perhaps. Yeah, well, there's kill
I
shot with
can't
the
say what based
with
on
the
hand.
with the incorrect art. Where's I want my content art here art. Get this Capetta art
Is that triggering for you?
on here. Well, it's just like Killshot hasn't aged that well, and it was just in Capenna for like flavor reasons, I think. Right? Like it was just like, oh well, if it's that and murder fit the theme, so let's throw them in there. Like we
I
get
do
much
agree
better
though.
versions of Killshot.
When we're playing a single set across an entire league and someone's using art from another set, it drives me a little bit crazy.
I know, right? I mean, here comes a Butcher of the Horde.
Yes, that was the top deck. Maybe it's enough here.
I mean, we still have the Mystic here as a source of damage. The Mind Swipe can also just deal the rest of the damage. So he could just leave up Mindswipe here, and any spell that gets cast by Emmett will just lethal him. Because it says counter unless they pay X and then you deal X damage to them. But even if they pay the X, you still get to deal the X damage.
Yeah, I remember that from my own feature match where I knocked out Maxime with that.
Yeah, Mindswipe is it's not a card. I mean it's a little situational, but I mean when it does its thing, it does its thing. It just doesn't do its thing often enough for my liking. But yeah, like I said, when it's good, it's good. So I think Emmett is just gonna be done here because Daniel can Mindswipe for all of his mana if he wants. Yeah, see. All right. I mean, he did say beforehand he was going to try and make it quick.
They did do that.
A lot of these matches, honestly, have been quicker than expected. Like I was expecting these long, drawn out matches, but we're seeing quicker games here. But congratulations to Daniel G. He's now the leader of Jeskai, and we'll see if he decides to continue on to next week's con match or leave it to the next two contenders like his predecessors. So congratulations for that, and stay tuned. We still got a couple con matches left this week, and we'll see you for those.